Hello YouTube, Dr. Solar coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria. So yesterday, I had done a video telling you about my attempt to recover a 12-volt lead-acid battery. And what I had done was open each of these, the cells, and I put some distilled water. Ignore this, I poured water to try to cool the battery down. And I put some, using a syringe, I injected distilled water into the cells. When we started, these batteries were at 7 point some odd volts, and I told you that if it charged up to 10 volts yesterday, I'll feel very positive. So when I came back yesterday, the batteries were at about 10 volts, which for me was an awesome, something very good. The charge controller was pushing 20 amps into them, into the batteries. And the area here smelled like sulfur, very strong sulfur smell. So in my mind, wow, you know, Dr. Solar, you've done it. This is very successful. It's charging very slowly, and the batteries are coming up. Now, if you have any experience with flooded batteries, when you subject them to a very strong equalization charge, the cells heat up and the casings heat up. So this is very hot. This is very hot. Now, what causes the heating is there's a lot of resistance, and your electricity or charge is trying to break the resistance. Now, resistance is caused by sulfation that you have on the plates. Sulfation is when the electrolyte hardens, turns into a solid white substance, and that solid white substance wraps itself around the battery plates, and that reduces capacity. In addition to reducing capacity, it also creates resistance in charge. So this battery has been bad for quite a while, for more than 2 years or 3 years even. And we finally decided, because we removed the sister, or the other one that was with it, to charge this by itself. So yesterday, back to yesterday, I came back, it was at 10 volts, I went upstairs, came back downstairs with my syringe, and then in my infinite wisdom, I decided to inject more distilled water into the cells. So I injected about 10 of the little syringe into each of the cells. And you know what? That was not a very good thing, because I went back and came back, the sulfur smell went away, liquid started to come out from here, and that was because there was so much liquid in here, and it started to boil over. It started to boil over, and it found the path of least resistance, which was here. So that had me concerned. So I removed the caps, or I loosened them, to allow the batteries to vent as they charged. So as you could see, we went from 10 volts to 5 volts. So that's not good. So what has led me to think is that instead of electrolyte, now we have water. And as long as it remains water, we're going to be at 5.2 volts. 5.4, 5.5 volts, 5.6 volts, it rises, it falls, it rises, it falls. And I don't know how many days this will continue for before we get back to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 volts. But as long as we have water inside there, inside the cells, that's what you're going to have. Now, as a result of charging, the electrolyte turns from water into it goes from water, distilled water, into electrolyte, or what we call acid. And that is what I want to happen, and it's not happening right now. This battery was at 2.1 volts this morning. It's 5.6, 5.5, 5.6 volts right now. And it's slowly, well, we'll see how many days it takes. So let me show you what the interior of the cells look like. So this cell is fine, as you could see. This one, it's not. As you see, a lot of the white substance in it. That's the sulfation that's crusted and covered the place. So you can see a little bit of red in there, which is a good sign. Now, this cell is warm, lukewarm to the touch. On this side, same thing. This one is warmer. On this side, same thing. You can see the cells themselves. You can see the whites inside. You can see the cells here. And you don't see any white on this one. Oh, there's some white, but not as bad. The white is the AGM wrap thing. You see this one, you can't see anything, but you can see boiling. So we have way more water in here than we should have had, but it will boil away, which is a good sign. We hope. You see it boiling. And if we stay here long enough, we'll see some steam. So for whatever reason, we got more in here, even though we put the same amount in all of them, we got more in here than we got in the others. You can see the steam rising. And then this one. Sorry. You see the steam rising on this one too. And this cell is much warmer. It's actually hot. Not as hot as earlier, but it's hot. So as long as we can maintain this heat where the thing is heating up, then there's a chance we can break the sulfation back into, have it reabsorbed, and then any plates that are shattered reabsorb back into the plates themselves, and then we hope that we can recover the battery. But I'm not really holding out thinking that this might happen, because going from 10 volts to 2 volts, I don't think that's a positive. We'll keep watching and we'll see what results we get. If you've not subscribed, please click the subscribe button. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. If you have suggestions, I got a suggestion about the desulfator. I did a series with the desulfator before, and most people are not going to have access to a desulfator. So I'm thinking, let me do what most people are going to try to do. If we succeed, hooray. If we don't succeed, well, we failed. At least it's an experiment we're willing to try for a week, and then we'll give up on it. So this is day 2 of us doing this experiment. We started this on Friday evening. Saturday is first full day that we charged. Today is Sunday, is the second day, and it's been maintaining 5.7 since, which is a good sign. Now, if we have it go higher than 5.7, I'll be very excited. So we'll be back, and I'll let you know if we have any success or not. So the next video I'll do will be, hooray, we made it work, or, well, we wasted our time, we'll sell it for scrap, we'll all live happily ever after the end. Once again, this is Dr. Sola coming to you from Lagos, Nigeria.